Medical Center's latest offer to save it from bankruptcy. We'll tell you who is confirming that information for us. Also, he helped put El Paso on the map in the world of beauty pageants. Tonight, we say goodbye to half of the Guy Rex duo. Also, new developments. We've learned a lot more about those dead goats found out in Canutillo. Neighbors say this was not the first dog attack there. And complete coverage of Pope Francis's visit to America and the El Paso leaders who were just feet away from him and the president early this morning, and Catholics from El Paso who traveled out there very excited. Nicole?
Today was the first day of fall. We hit 90 degrees at the El Paso International Airport. Am I tracking cooler temperatures? What about rain chances? Details in Storm Track Weather.
This is ABC-7 at 9. Get ready. You become part of the day's news right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley at Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
Deal or no deal. Today was the deadline for the El Paso Children's Hospital to respond to the county hospital's final offer to save children from shutting down. County Judge Veronica Escobar telling ABC-7 there is no deal. The story is developing now because in just a matter of hours, county commissioners and UMC are set to have a special meeting to see what Children's has put on the table. Good evening, everybody. I'm Bob Harp. Thanks for being with us tonight. Before we get to our top stories, of course, we have to check in with Storm Tracker Nicole Gomez. We just couldn't do this without you, Nicole.
Hi there, Bob. Let's talk about what we're going to be speaking about in just a few minutes. Of course, the weather. It's nice out there right now. We're going to check on Doppler radar, and we're also going to check on your weekend forecast and your full forecast. But currently, radar not seeing much activity here in El Paso or Las Cruces. Our temperatures are in the 80s, but we'll take a look at current temperatures around the region and Doppler radar coming up in just a few minutes. Bob?
All right, thanks so much for that, Nicole. Well, just because the two hospitals share the ground doesn't mean that they found common ground when it comes to keeping Children's open for business. It's our top story tonight, and ABC-7's Ashley Rodriguez is live with what the county judge is saying about all this. Hey, Ash.
Hey, Bob, for the last 48 hours, UMC and Children's were at the table. Offers were sent back and forth, but today, around 5 o'clock, all negotiations ceased and both parties left the table at a stalemate.
UMC wants Children's to accept its term sheet. If Children's did, UMC would give it 45 additional days to find a partner that would help the hospital stabilize its dwindling finances and growing debt. Friday, UMC submitted the term sheet. Children's reviewed it over the weekend and sent a counteroffer.
During UMC's executive session, Commissioner Stout and I joined, and we had a discussion about how far we could go to, try to address their requests.
Monday, UMC's lawyer started negotiating with Children's. Tuesday, Children's sent back another counteroffer, an offer which UMC spent the majority of Wednesday discussing.
Each side, I think, is pretty much stuck at how far they believe each party can go.
We don't know the details of what each side is offering. They're not being released. But we do know UMC, saying Children's owes it more than $100 million, wants to bring the struggling entity under the guidance of the county. Children's wants to remain an independent hospital. But there's a sliver of hope. Commissioners will review Children's counteroffer Thursday at 9 in the morning.
We don't think we should go that far. We don't think it would be responsible to go that far. But if there are other members of the court who believe to the contrary, or if they can convince us, or, as we deliberate, I'm not sure what will happen tomorrow.
Now, Bob, if commissioners reject Children's counter-offer, UMC plans on presenting its plan to save Children's before bankruptcy court, a plan we know Children's disagrees with, but the judge just might. Bob?
Right, the never-ending story. Ashley, thanks so much, live in our newsroom tonight with that update. And by the way, we did reach out to Commissioners Vince Perez, Andrew Haggerty, and Carlos Leon to learn how they will vote tomorrow, but they did not respond in time for this report. We're also getting some brand new information tonight into our newsroom on the death of a well-known El Pasoan. The news comes from our news partners over at the El Paso Inc. Rex Holt, who's on the right of this picture, died in California today of a heart attack. Holt was part of the famous El Paso beauty pageant team known as Guy Rex. He and his lifelong partner, Richard Guy, were behind 29 Miss El Paso contests and 16 Miss Texas pageants. Listen to this. They coached 6 women to become Miss USA pageant winners. Rex Holt, dead today at the age of 74. Let's give you a live look at traffic tonight. There is a traffic alert to let you know about the eastbound lanes from downtown to about the Cotton area are going to be affected again. So yesterday they started blocking off traffic at the downtown exit. This is on the east side. We're being told that there is construction there as well, at least in one of the lanes. I was checking out on the TxDOT page online, and that's about what we know. So the 2 traffic alerts to tell you about, one on the east side by Yarborough and the other by downtown. Be safe out there, folks. Eastbound lanes closing down by downtown. All right, Pope Francis saying the urgency of acting on climate change should be accepted, and the problem can no longer be left to future generations.
Mr. President, I find it encouraging that you are proposing an initiative for reducing air pollution.
Well, the Pope made the appeal during a speech outside the White House to thousands of invited guests, and his day was very busy. It included a parade at the National Mall, his first Mass in the U.S., and the elevating to sainthood of an 18th century California missionary. 25,000 people were on hand for the canonization of Junipero Serra. Now, he was a Franciscan monk and the first person made a Catholic saint on U.S. soil. Today was ceremony, but tomorrow policy, and it could be controversial. Pope Francis will address Congress, the first pope to ever do that. He's expected to lay out his progressive views on immigration and income inequality, but frame it as part of the Catholic Church doctrine. Well, you might have seen this in our coverage. A girl who was handed up to the Pope during the parade in Washington today shared a message about immigration, and immigration advocacy groups identified her as Sophie Cruz. Now, she got past a barricade and approached the Pope mobile carrying a T-shirt bearing a message about the plight of undocumented parents of children born in the U.S. Sophie, she went back to the bodyguard when the bodyguard came near her, but when the Pope gestured to her, she let the bodyguard pick her up and take her to the Pope for a kissing and a blessing.
Excited? This is a very big day for you. Did you think you were going to get to meet the Pope when you came here? You did? And you met him.
That's a cute little girl. A guard passed the shirt and its message into the Pope mobile as well. Hey, El Paso Mayor Oscar Leeser, he was one of several local leaders who spent the morning with Pope Francis and President Obama. The mayor received an invitation to the welcoming ceremony at the White House. The mayor's staff emailed us some pictures that he snapped, and then he listened to both men address the crowd and showing us how close he actually got to the head of the Catholic Church. Also representing El Paso today in Washington, Congressman Beto O'Rourke and State Representative Cesar Blanco. Representative Blanco took his mother to see the Pope. He tweeted a picture with his mother. Congressman O'Rourke also spent the day with his mom. He tweeted in this picture, making up for missing those confirmation classes. And Congressman O'Rourke also shot this video and shared it with us. It's from the ceremony this morning, bringing us the sights and sounds of the Pope's welcoming ceremony. Social media, as we see day in and day out, keeping us all connected. By the way, New Mexico Governor Susana Martinez was also at today's event. Now, I looked high and low on Twitter and on Facebook, but I didn't see any updates or any pictures from the governor, so if I missed them, I apologize, but I really did try. Remember, she went to Rome back in 2013 for Pope Francis's inauguration. So while the world is covering his first visit here, including everyday people, we're all getting different points of views. Now, the everyday folk are using their cell phones to send messages and images on social media. The Catholic Diocese is retweeting a lot of those pics from Philadelphia, and this one, you see the nuns in the picture there? And the caption said 17,000 people attending the World Meeting of Families, and that is Friday in Philadelphia. Back here in El Paso, elementary school students over at St. Patrick Catholic School, they spent part of the day making Pope puppets. It was part of a lesson on the Pope and Vatican history. The students also prayed for Pope Francis as well. ABC-7's complete coverage. It continues at KVIA.com right now of the Pope's visit. You can follow the El Pasoans and the Las Crucens who are sharing their journey with us. Plus 10 ways Pope Francis challenges us. Also, on our homepage, you'll find a picture of the Pope. All you have to do is click that for the live video feed from ABC News. Now, our coverage again continues tomorrow because the Pope is fast asleep tonight, we imagine. After Good Morning El Paso is when it picks up at 7:20. Now, the Pope speaks in front of a joint session of Congress at 9:15 tomorrow. He visits St. Patrick's Catholic Church in D.C. Then at 2 o'clock, he leaves for New York City, landing at 3 o'clock El Paso time. And then at 4:45, the Pope will give a prayer at St. Patrick's Cathedral, NYC. Stay with ABC-7 on air, online, and social media for our complete coverage of Pope Francis in America. That was a lot of news to cover today, Nicole. How about that forecast? Because I thought today it's a little warm, but it was nice out.
It was nice for the first day of fall. A little warm, though, 90 degrees at the airport. But let's talk about the current conditions out there right now. On our WeatherNet sites, we're going to take a look at the Texas Tech Health Science Center, where it's mostly clear out there, 84 degrees the current temperature. Winds are light, and we did pick up some light rainfall today. Notice on Doppler radar, though, we're dry in El Paso and Las Cruces. Most of that rain is tracking towards the east. So we've dropped our rain chances for tonight. El Paso right now we're at 83 degrees. Winds are calm. Clear skies in Las Cruces, 74 the current temperature. South to southwest winds are currently at 6 miles per hour. So yes, it is nice out there. Our highs today, as I mentioned, 90 degrees in El Paso, 87 in Las Cruces, 84 TRC, 81 Silver City, and 88 was the high today in Deming. So it was a little warm today for the first day of fall. But coming up in your full forecast, we'll talk about the possibility of scattered showers in the forecast and if it will affect your weekend or if we're expecting a great weekend. That's all coming up in your full forecast. Bob?
Always looking forward to the weekend. Thanks so much, Nicole. Well, 7 goats brutally attacked by stray dogs. Last night we told you of an ABC-7 viewer who found them on a property out in Canutillo. She pulled over to help, but 5 were already dead. 2 were alive. But overnight, one of the surviving goats did not make it. Now, neighbors are saying this is not the first dog attack in that area. ABC-7's Josie Ortegon has the new information for us tonight.
And I think he knows he's safe.
A much different scene from yesterday when 7 goats were hauled away in wheelbarrows after they were attacked by stray dogs. In an emotional cell phone video, the woman who encountered them in tears as she described what she witnessed.
And this is what I found.
Neighbors saying it's happened before.
About a year ago, the neighbors told me one day that this pack of dogs had attacked his goats and killed about 14 of them.
Today, still no sign of anyone here on the property. Calls made to this number posted on this sign here went unanswered. Loretta Hyde, the director at the Animal Rescue League just down the road, says her staff has been called out to that property twice. Once for an attack similar to yesterday's and another 3 years ago to check on the animals' welfare.
They were turned in for multiple goats that were too many in a confined space, and they said there were carcasses that were left there.
The sheriff's office says there's no record on their end of any prior complaints against a property owner.
You're gonna be okay.
The stray dogs have not been located. In an area like this, Hyde says yesterday's outcome could have been much worse.
It's an everyday occurrence around here that something is being killed or attacked, or, you know, I mean, they will pack on children, you know, they don't know the difference. If it's something, you know, that runs and screams and makes a high-pitched noise, it's prey to them.
Josie Ortegon, ABC-7.
Well, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office telling us that they have contacted the property owner, and they tell us there was no sign of neglect because the goats had a lot of food, water, and shelter. So he will not be facing any charges. So the love between a mother and a daughter, it is a powerful thing. And when one is in need of help, the other will come to the rescue, right? Coming up, we'll tell you what one daughter is doing to try to find her mother a kidney donor. You may have actually seen her efforts moving around town. It's kind of a tease for you. We'll talk about that. Also, Nicole, how about that weather?
Beautiful day today, and we're expecting nice conditions for tonight. What about the rest of your work week? We'll take a look at the latest future track computer model and storm track weather.
Thanks, Nicole. This is ABC 7 at 9 on the CW. You don't just watch the news here. You are the news. We'll be right back.